All right, greetings everyone. My name is Edwin Liberty, and welcome to my channel. So today we'll be talking about Excel interface and some basic shortcut. Now, one thing you should understand is that you first of all have to have an understanding about Excel, understand the interface before you can even start doing anything about maybe data entry or move further to data analysis and the rest, just like that. But first, you have to understand the interface. And before us is actually the interface for Excel, and this is Excel workbook. And just like a normal book that has sheet, Excel also have sheet, and that is actually located at the bottom where you see sheet 1, sheet 2. You can actually create more sheets by clicking on the plus sign that is close to the sheet 2. By the time you click on it, create another sheet, and you click on it, you create another sheet. It's just like that, based on the number of sheets you want to create. That's for that aspect. And if you look at the top, that's the ribbon. This rectangular shape at the top is the ribbon, where you have your home tab, your insert tab, your page layer tab, and all these tabs have a section underneath it. Like for your home tab, you have your clipboard where you can do your paste, your cut, and your format painting and all that. And close to it is the font section where you can make changes on your text. Then you have the alignment where you can manipulate your text if you want it to be centralized, um, or you want it to be at the left, just like that. Your bottom align and the rest. Then you do that here. Then close to it is number. That's the number formatting. So that's number section where you can actually identify your data set. That's your data type. So you can actually convert your data to any of the type you think it is. If it's your test data type, your number data type, whatever you want to do, you find it at this number section. By the time you click your drop down, you see there, see all the option for the data type. So, and you have your style, your conditional formatting, your format as a table, you convert to table, and all that. Your set type. This is just the type section where you can actually make implementation on the styling of your data set depending on what you want to do. Then we have the cell section. The cell section actually has to do with the cell. Any manipulation you want to do on your cell, you can actually work on that using this cell section. And the editing as well, you can need to sort, you can need to find and select depending on what you want. So these are all under your ribbon. And if by mistake you collapse it, whereby you cannot identify these sections, you don't need to be frightened. All you just have to do is to go back to your home, click on that tab, then it will appear. But remember, if it is not pinned, it will still disappear by the time you click any of this cell. So you have to click on it, home, then you come to this end part of it. You see something like a pin that is pinned the ribbon. So you click on it, then it will be pinned down. And close to it, this is the formula bar, and beside it is the name box. It tells you where you are currently on the spreadsheet. So this is your spreadsheet, and your spreadsheet combined consists of your row and column. This is your column, the alphabet vertically are the column, while the numbers horizontally are the rows. So the intersection of both is what gives us cell. Like this, if your cursor is placed here, I'm not talking about, that your name box actually tell you where you are currently, which is B2. Now this is how you identify, this is your column B. If you move down, you see that um, this cell is actually here, which is B colon. So by the time you move to the left here, taking the row, you see that these two keep going like this, and the B keeps going like this. So they intersect at this position, and that position is actually B2. So that's the name box. You can see that the name box there is B2. You can move it to this place. This is E6. You can see it just like that. So the intersection actually gives you a cell. So this is a cell, this is a cell, this is a cell. So the combination of two cells is it gives you range. You take three cell, it's also a range. Can be five, can be 10, whatever. This is a range. So combination of all these taken out, the alighting more than one, two, three gives you range. Can even give you more than that. This is a range. Can even alight everything. It's also a range. So that's one thing you need to know about the basic interface for Excel. Before proceeding into your data entry, so you can enter data by actually clicking on any cell, then you type in whatever you want to type there, which is name, um, or let's say name, um, um, tracks. Okay, let's go with number, serial number, name, um, what do you call, let's see, items, quantity, quantity. So let's just go with this for now. So you can actually write one and two. So one thing you should understand is your Excel actually understands some certain principles. If you write one here, two, three, is quite stressful. So instead of doing that, you can actually use your autofill. And how to use that? You just have to just click on this first one, then you come to the bottom of this place that is, you see that on this cell, you come to the edge of it, there's something like a square there. Once you move it there, you right click and you drag. This is autofill. But that's one thing. If you are dragging it like this, Excel will take it as if you want to duplicate, which is that. But on that way, if you want to create a sequence, there are different ways of doing that. You can actually um click on one. Once you press one, if you autofill, it will still give you duplicate. So for Excel to understand that you want it in a sequel or in a sequence, you have to write to enter. That means you are showing that okay, I want this to be in a sequence of one, two, three, four. So starting by one and you're seeing two, then automatically you understand that you want to write one, two, three. So how do you do that? You just alight the first and the second, then you come to the bottom, then you autofill by dragging it down to any amount you want. You can see it now. You understand that message, which is this. Another thing that you want to do again, if you don't want it that way, you can actually use another method. You can delete and you delete this, delete. Instead of doing that, you can use equal to sequence. You can use sequence, but it's not here. So you can use sequence. You have to switch on this particular Excel. So that's how you do it. One, two, then you drag down. So that's just one. Then the name as well. I write the name, Jeff, Jeffrey, whatever you want to write, Jeffrey, and just like that, you can put in your item, maybe share, and I just have to delete this. I don't want much delete. Share, continue three, maybe Jonathan Gabriel, Gabriel, David, David. So, then just put, oh, can put charger, can put radio card, how many? And put three and two. So if you observe now, you can see that this is our value, this is our data. But if you observe it, it's not actually giving us what we want. So one thing we need to do is we can highlight everything. But look at it now, each of these column actually has information based on the header. Now, if you look at it, we actually make row 1 to be an header, and each of them has information. If you look at column B, actually some information are hiding. That means we need to increase this width to get the full message and information in each of these columns. And how can we do that? One thing we need to do is to click on this first one, then you can Control A to highlight your data set. Doing that, you just move direct. I told you that anything that has to do with cell, if you want to make anything with cell, you have to go to your cell section on your ribbon. Then you click on it, you come to cell, go to your cell format. The reason I'm not using insert is because I'm not inserting any column, neither am I inserting any row. So I'm not using this. I'm not going to delete because I'm not deleting anything. I just want to increase the width of it. I don't want to increase the height because the height is actually okay. It's the width we're actually working on. So I have to go to my format. Once I get to my format, then if I want to increase the height, I can actually do that by clicking row height and putting, let me say 20. You see that it will 30 to increase the width, but I'm not doing this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the auto fit that is actually okay for my data. So I'm going to use auto fit height. So it gets back to normal because it's actually okay like this. The same thing with my width. I can't implement or impute any value because I don't actually know the measurement in which my data inside those columns actually covered. So I'll just use my auto fit so that it will just give me the size and length for my data in each of these columns. So I'm going to click on auto fit. So it's going to give me the full information without stress. Then if I like to increase it more, I can come to this top in between the two column, this line. I'll double click it. That's if I want, maybe there's still need for me to increase the space. Then double click with absolute work. Let me show you. Let me just come here and put extra, and I click enter. You can see that is also covered. So I'll just come to this place and I'll double click. You can see that also helps us to get size and the width for our data in the column. So instead of doing that, so that you can do that, or you can just come over, you can enter, just come. Maybe if the thing is not okay to your liking, you can actually increase it. You can actually increase it, or you go to your cell format to do that. Actually increase it. So that's just what you need to do about this. So you can actually Control A for light, and highlight it. Click on it, Control A is for highlight. Then Control Z is for undo. Over to undo it, then Control Y is to redo it. Right. Then Control N is to create a new sheet, a new, a new workbook. Press Control N. We are creating a new workbook entirely. So that's just what we have today. And in case you want to take a line, you can just use on that key and click on this first one, and you Control Shift, then you arrow side. That's your side arrow key, the right one, to move down to the end of your data. And if you press it down, still holding your control, still holding your Control Shift, and you press down to take the vertical aspect of it. So now it's fully highlighted. So that's another way of doing that. So, and again, you can actually tabularize this. If you want to put in a table, you can click it. Then you press your Control T to actually tabularize it, or you can Control A to highlight it. Then you Control T to tabularize it. So there's a dialog box that just popped out, which is this, asking where's the data for the table. Yes, okay, this is actually where you can locate it. So this is actually taking the range of our data set. Now it's asking my table has header. Yes, if I stick yes, it has header. So I'll just click on OK. So now it's actually in a table. How do you know that it's in a table? You're definitely gonna see it. Because if I click outside, that it's different. By the time I click my data set, I'm gonna see the tab that shows table tools. So I'm gonna see all the tools about my table that I can actually work on or can use to work on my data set. That's one. Then in case you don't want it to be in table form, you can actually highlight it. Then you can go to your table design. I think you come to your still on the table, you come to your convert to range. So you click on convert to range and you take it to normal. So yes, so take it back to normal. So now it's no longer in your table. So if you want to remove the color, very simple. Just have to go to your fill color, click on it, then you go to no fill. Then you have what you want. I think I didn't highlight red black. So this is all about it. So thank you so much. If there's anything that you want me to actually write on or to do a video about, please just drop it on the comment section. Then I'm gonna work it. I'll work on it. Then I'll post it. And please don't forget to subscribe and to like. You can also as well share it to your friends. And please don't forget again, comment any issue you have or anything you don't understand. Just put it on the comment section. Thank you so much. I hope to see you next